Hi everyone, it's Monday, April 6th. I hope you've had a good week. I'm sitting in my kitchen, so there's kind of a glare behind me, but it's such a nice day outside that I wanted the door open, as well as the rest of my house is kind of noisy because they are putting in flooring today. But wanted to talk to you about a couple of things this week, and I have extended the due dates on the assignments that are due this week. So the TED Talk is extended till tomorrow, which is Tuesday, April 7th. And then the test or the quiz is extended until Friday the 10th because I know people are still struggling with trying to get things done and into a routine. And then next week, we are going to talk about emotion and stress. And so that will be a good one. And so you're after these assignments are due, the next thing is not due until the 15th. And so we'll talk more about that later. But the other chapter in this unit was on thinking, intelligence, and language. For those people who came to our Zoom session last Wednesday, we did talk about memory some. And so you might want to attend the Zoom. It's at your regularly scheduled time for class on Wednesday and generally for about 30 to 40 minutes. So the next chapter, chapter 8, is on thinking, intelligence, and language. This is always an interesting chapter because a lot of people have some assumptions about intelligence and IQ, but thinking is we need to kind of start with thinking, and you begin to form concepts when you are a child and learning about the different types of information around you. So you form a concept of animals, and then you start putting into that concept all of the experiences you have with animals. And concepts help us form problem solving, and problem solving is part of intelligence. And so intelligence and the idea of intelligence has been one of those things that's been debated within the community of psychology because how do you define intelligence? Some people think it's people who speak with big words, and other people think it's people who can learn from a book and take a test and get a great score, and other people think it's people with the ability to solve problems or adapt to new situations. And if you look up the definition, intelligence, which is again in the book and on the PowerPoints, intelligence is defined as the ability to learn, adapt, and acquire knowledge. And then we try to test that through IQ tests, which are helpful, I think, mostly in educational settings. IQ tests kind of help us define where students should be in an educational setting. Do they need more help and more time on things, or do they learn quickly and so they need a kind of a speeded up learning process? But it all goes together. So your thinking is formed by the concepts that you form, and the more language you have as a young child, the better your concepts will be. So exposing children to all sorts of language is really helpful. And then giving them all sorts of ability to problem solve by giving them lots and lots of different concepts helps them. As far as intelligence goes, just giving children access to lots and lots of reading and words and just information is kind of the best way to help them live up to their potential for IQ or their intelligence quotient. Intelligence is seen as 50% inherited, so what you get from your parents, and then the other 50% is your environment. So then again, are you surrounded by school and books and learning opportunities? And the best learning opportunities are really face-to-face with people, if that's possible in a child's environment. It's best not to set a young child down in front of the TV and that's all they get. It's okay to use TV and videos for a small portion of a child's life, but then it's better for them to have, again, books, reading, opportunities to interact in their environment, giving them small problems to solve, allowing them to be adaptable. Creativity is not just thinking that you're good at drawing, but creativity is actually the ability to solve problems outside of what the typical solution is. So, that's coming up with a creative way to figure out this situation with the coronavirus. Like, how am I going to make money when I lost my job? How am I going to get my schoolwork done when all I can think about and worry about is all of this stuff that's going on? We got to come up with some creative solutions and be adaptable. And being adaptable is seen as a form of intelligence. And so, for me, I'm trying to, as far as adapting to this new schedule, trying to give everyone grace and kindness, but also have some expectations for myself and for my students, because I know that it actually helps us to have something to focus on. And so it's actually good for me and for you to actually have some work to do. It gives you a sense of purpose. I have discovered that I like having a sense of purpose. I like being able to go to work. And I know not all of you can do that. But then you have to figure out in your day what is something that you can do to feel like a sense of purpose. It could be your schoolwork. It could be other things as well. But that is just an example of adaptability. We have to learn to adapt to circumstances that we don't have any control over, and that's really hard. Stress during this time is going to take a toll on our problem-solving abilities. So today's a great day outside in Springfield anyway, so it might be something that you might want to go out and take a walk in the sunshine and then come back and return to your schoolwork. That might be helpful for you. I know that helps me to get that break. So that might be something that you want to try. So if you have questions about thinking intelligence and language, show up at the Zoom on Wednesday, and I will talk a little bit more about that. And then next week we get to talk about stress and motivation, which was a very timely topic. I hope you guys are all doing well. I can extend due dates as needed, so just email me. As I said, these two things right here have been extended. So get them done, because next week we'll be working on another chapter or two. Have a great day as much as possible. Get out into the sunshine.